Hello everybody, it's Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick, here with another Make It Monday. How are you today, my friends? As you can probably see, I am way early for my usual Make It Monday live. However, I have a class this evening that had to have been rescheduled from a week ago, and I'm afraid that I probably won't be back in time for my 8 o'clock show. So I would rather go ahead and post it early with you rather than try to fit it into a later time. And I don't want to go too late in the evening. It cuts into family time. So I'm going to go ahead and share this sweet little project with you. I love it. This was a tag that I had made for my team for their little treat baskets for our team retreat a few weeks ago, and so I thought I would come on here and show you how I made this. It's super cute, and let me see here. I'm gonna need a few things right quick. Hold tight, hold the phone. I need this and this, and okay, here we go. You know, when you're not doing it at your usual time, it gets a little weird. Okay, so I'm making this from the Hello Harvest Stamp and Die bundle, and I'm using the mini pocket envelope dies for the pocket itself. Now, this pocket is actually big enough to use to put a gift card in. It's a fabulous little gift card holder, and you may recognize it if you've been following my 13 days of Halloween treats. I did a Halloween version of it a few days ago. It was super cute, so be sure to go onto my YouTube channel and check that out because it was so cute. All right, now let me go ahead and tell you what I need for this project. I'm using Hello Harvest. I'm going to use the Hello stamp, You Are Such a Blessing, and the pumpkin. I'm also going to be using Cajun Craze ink, Mossy Meadow ink, Mary Merlot, and Early Espresso. I love those colors together. I'm going to be using Cajun Craze and Mossy Meadow Stampin' Blends to color the pumpkin in. I'm going to use some linen thread, and I'll show you how to make that super cute double linen bow. And then I need my, where are they? I need Mary Merlot. I need my little sponge daubers, and not Mary Merlot. I need Cajun Craze and Mossy Meadow. Okay, so let me grab Mossy Meadow. There we go. All right, so this is what you're going to need. Now then, I also have already pre-die cut this part, so you can see the tag here, pre-die cut. I have a piece of basic white cardstock here. This measures 2 1/4 by 3 5/8. This is going to be the little inside sentiment piece. I have a piece of cardstock that measures 1 3/4 inches by 5/8 inches for my sentiment piece. And then I have a scrap of basic white cardstock here that is just for me to stamp and cut this right here. Now, the reason why I did that is because I'm using Stampin' Blends to color it in, and I didn't want it to bleed through. Okay, so I went ahead and used an extra scrap so that I could stamp it and then color and die cut it. So now you can see I've already got that piece done through the magic and wonder of television. All right, and then I have also got some Cajun Craze that I have used to die cut these elements of the pumpkin, and then Mossy Meadow cardstock for the stem and the little sprig right here, the vine. And so those are from the dies right here. You see this and here, and then you have your choice of little sprigs, but I like the little curly Q one because it's so cute. All right, now that I have these, let me go ahead and start by coloring these pieces. So I'm going to bring in some scrap paper. And let me move this up here. All right, now here's how I'm doing this. I'm taking the Cajun Craze ink, and I'm going to tap my dauber into the ink pad, and I'm going around the edges of my pumpkin. Now this is going to give me some really cool dimension, and it's going to help it look a little more realistic. Okay, so we'll go on all the way around. There we go. And it may not look like much right now while I'm just doing this one little section, but then as I'm doing the other, you'll see when it gets all layered together, it's going to be really neat. So right now I'm just going over this to kind of keep it from looking so flat and dull. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on this section here. I'm just really lightly going over the embossed areas to give it just a little bit of depth and texture. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to ink it up and do the edges just the same as I did the other piece. Okay. Now this gives us a really nice looking pumpkin rather than having something that's so plain, flat, and one-dimensional. This gives us something with a little bit extra texture and pop. All right, now I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to bring in my Mossy Meadow pieces and my Mossy Meadow ink, and I'm basically doing the exact same thing with the dauber for the Mossy Meadow. So again, I'm going to go around the edges of the stem here, and I'm giving it just a little bit extra boost, little bit of texture. Okay, and then a little across the stem here just to kind of liven it up. And then for the little curly Q, because it's so tiny, I'm just gonna kind of tap around on it, and that way we're getting some little speckles of Mossy Meadow on there, and it works out really nicely. Okay, all right, now that I have that done, let me set this off to the side, and I'm gonna bring in my little sentiment piece here in Mary Merlot ink and the Hello stamp. Tap, 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 not smush, smush, smush. Line this up best we can. And this piece is tiny, but it fits perfectly, okay? Now we've got that. Let me bring in my big piece here, and you are such a blessing. Tap, 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 and again, we're going to line this up semi near the top. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in the Early Espresso ink and the pumpkin. And this is basically just to give me a good idea of where it needs to go. And right about there. There we go. All right, now I can close this up, and I am done with all of my ink. All right, let's assemble this thing, shall we? Okay. All right. Now then, I want to use... Hi, Luann. How's it going? I want to use some liquid glue here. I'm going to go around the edges of these two little tabs. Okay. And then I'll bring them in and bring them in. Tuck them. And then there we go. Okay. All right, now let me grab my little clippy here. I really like these little clips. so that I can close these up. They can hold it, and then I can get to work on other things. You can use paper clips too, or clothespins work really nicely as well. But I'm just going to hold that there, and then we'll go ahead and start on our pumpkin here. Oh, that's okay, Luann. I am totally unannounced right now, and came in at a different time. Just because I have Hostess Club this evening. We had to reschedule it from last week, so I was afraid that I might not be back in time if I didn't do it now, so I'd rather do it now than to miss it entirely. Okay, now then, this is just the way that I assemble this pumpkin. Everybody does it differently. I like to put the little curlicue and the stem on the big piece of the pumpkin, and then I put the little piece on dimensionals and sandwich it in between. Okay, that is just my personal preference. It is entirely up to you. So I'm going to put just a little bit of liquid glue on the back side of the stem, and the bigger side of the pumpkin is down. Okay, so it gets narrower as it goes up. And I'm lining the stem with the little edges of it right there and the edges of the pumpkin. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to take my curlicue, if I can get it, and I'm going to add a little tiny bit of glue just to the little loop. And I'm going to put it right about there. Okay. And then we'll take the backing off of our piece, and we're going to lay it right over the top. And there is our super, super stinking adorable pumpkin. Okay, now then, I also discovered when I was playing with this that if you were to turn the big side of the back side, the big side of the back piece up and the little side down, and the big side of this piece up and the little side down, it would look like a bell pepper. So there you go. If you want to make a bell pepper, you can turn both of the big sides up. See? Kind of does. And then if you put the stem up there, it really does. So there you go. All right, let's get this finished. I have already stamped and colored and cut my pumpkin. So as I had mentioned, I stamped it in early espresso ink, and then I colored it in Cajun Craze and Mossy Meadow Stampin' Blends. Okay, and I've cut it out with the die cut machine, and now I'm going to glue it directly on to my layer here. Now the reason again for me doing this is because, as you can see, the Stampin' Blends color bleeds through, right? But this way, I can write a little note on the back side of this, because I can glue this on and still have the color I want, and be able to write on the back for whatever my little note is for my gift recipient. Okay, so that was the reason why I did that. All right, now, you obviously don't have to stamp that on there if you don't want to. Like I said, I really just did it kind of for a little placeholder so that I would know where to put this. There we go. All right, now then, I need a dimensional for my hello, and I'm going to stick it right in the middle of my pumpkin. So I'll take that. And here, and you know, you still have plenty of time to get fall cards made and get them sent out. This particular bundle is perfect if you're having Thanksgiving at home, if you're doing a Thanksgiving party or you're attending one. This would be a great hostess gift to put a little gift card in there. Or you could take this piece right here, and instead of the hello, you could stamp "You are such a blessing," or you could handwrite a person's name and put this on a little place card and let this be place cards for your holiday table. Or put their name, add a little piece of cardstock or designer series paper for a belly band, and make this a napkin ring. And wouldn't that just look cute? Let me see, I've got I've got some paper towel here that's been used for ink stuff, but if I were to roll it up like a napkin and then put that there and have somebody's name there, wouldn't that be just the cutest little place marker to lay that over a plate at the dinner table for Thanksgiving? It would be gorgeous. Super, super cute. Or a million other different things that you can do with this bundle for the holidays. Absolutely spectacular. You can make cute little garlands with the pumpkins. You could put a little hanger on here and put it on a bottle of wine. So many super cute and fun things that you can do with it. But we are going to get back to our project here. And my little pocket is done. It just needed to sit for a hot second and, you know, make sure that it was good and secure. And then I can put this piece right on inside the holder, just like so. And there's a little tail section there. There it goes. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to put this piece on dimensionals as well. And for this one, I'm going to take my regular size Stampin' Dimensionals and I'm going to cut them in half. Alright, so that I can kind of spread the love here and make sure that my pumpkin doesn't sag, because what a sad day that would be. No sagging pumpkins. Alright, here we go. And then this will go right in the middle of our cover here. I'm going to let it hang up over the top of that just a tiny bit. And now I can show you how to make the bow. Just super cute. Is lots of fun. It's one of my favorite little bows to make. I don't like to cut my ribbon from the roll ahead of time. I like to just use it directly. So I'm not exactly sure how many inches it is yet, but we can see right here. Okay, so I'm going to take the tail and I want it to hang just a little past the edge of my hand. And then I'm going to do a figure 8 between my first finger and my third finger, skipping my middle finger. Okay, so what I mean is I'm going around the first one, around the third one, back around the first one, back around the third one. The second one is really just to make sure that my fingers stay the same distance apart and that I don't let it tighten up. Now then, I will grab my snips, take a little off the edge. I'm going to bring this part closer and I'm going to wrap that tail around. This is where that middle finger really comes in handy, because I'm backing it out of the way and now I have a nice gap in between my first and third fingers to wrap that twine around twice. Okay? And then I'm tying it into a knot. So I'm tying it into a knot with the other tail to secure it, and I've still got it in my fingers here, because right now if I were to pull tight I could pull one of those loops out, but by keeping them in my fingers are holding on to the loops. I'm able to pull that knot good and tight, and now I can slide the loops off of my fingers and I have this super cute little double loop bow. Alright, there we go. Very cute. I love it. Okay, I'm going to use a glue dot and put it right there at the base of the stem. And then put my ribbon or my twine right there. I love having this kind of twine for fall harvesty type projects. It just makes them gorgeous. Okay, and now my tails are a tiny bit long. I'll just snip them a little bit there, and now we have our super cute little project. Okay, very nice. There we go. All right, there it is, folks. I hope that you guys have liked today's project. It's a lot of fun. There's so many different opportunities for using this bundle with your holiday decor items. So you can see there, and I would love for you to case this project if you like, and visit my website, thestampinchick.com, for the instructions, measurements, and supply list for today's project. You can also go to danasullivan.stampinup.net, use this host code, and if you place a qualifying order of $50 or more, I will send you a fabulous gift. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you coming in an off time that was definitely not my usual scheduled time. Thank you for being so lenient with me on it, and I hope that you've had a great time with it. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Give me some love. Please feel free to share this video on your profiles with your friends, because sharing is caring, and it brings lots of new crafters to us, which is always more fun. All right, guys, I will see you all again very soon. Until next time, bye for now.